say that even Partridge, after all his discoveries and all his book of Shakespeare's body, wouldn't go as far as saying that. However, you know, even many of the people who go so far in this sexual imagery say it is not always so. I am afraid it is. For example...
That's a load of arseholes.
Yeah. I'll tell you, for example, in Hamlet, when he just goes before seeing his mother, yeah? Hamlet says, "Oh, my rising soul, down, I say, down," you see? And of course, when somebody romantically pronounces this, you know, he would go, "Oh, my rising soul." I don't know if you remember John Gielgud, the great John Gielgud.
Oh, he would,
yeah,
yes,
he would. But you see, now here is very important question. You said this because what happens is there's another huge Shakespeare sort of scholar called Caroline Spurgeon. Caroline Spurgeon wrote a very important book, Shakespeare's Imagery.
When's the Black Lady coming on?
Yes, you're right. We better go to the Black Lady.
Let's get to the Black Lady.
Right. Unfortunately, all this...
I think we know who the black man is. Let's get to the Black Lady.
Right. Shaheen. So if you can give us the first poem. So... Oh, can you go to... Sorry, Shaheen. Can you go to the dedication, sweetheart? Dedication? Yeah. Okay. Already the controversies start with the dedication. Please note that, everything in the sonnets is a problem and a question. Note that this, especially if you see the original, it is marbled. In other words, it's like a marble, the background, etc. And the TT, of course, these are all huge questions. The TT is the man who publishes the sonnets. The dedication until now is controversial as to who is the dedicatee. Now, very long stories, but the dedicatee is one Mr. W.H. All right, so it says, "To the only begetter of these ensuing sonnets, Mr. W.H., all happiness."
Does he mean happiness there or happiness?
Well...
It's a great debate.
Yeah. And so the Mr. W.H., imagine, there are people even who say that it is Shakespeare himself. And you have to put an S before H to make it Shakespeare. Of course, it isn't, you know.
When he says Shakespeare, did he mean Shakespeare or did he mean shake his penis?
No, but I'm sorry, you think you're joking. There are people who... there is a book...
Not there are people, you're one of them.
I just read it for you to show you that it has nothing to do with me. I'm so sorry.
I think your wife would be sorry as well.
Well, I'm so sorry. There we are. I thought that by giving you these authorities, you will see that it has nothing. So anyway, so there we are about the marble thing. The point is that this is marbled because the idea is that it replicates. It tries to show that it is like a funeral monument. And the idea is that, you know, the Romans put funeral monuments with inscriptions on them to show that they live for, it is forever. In other words, the marble will never wear out and so on. And so it is a sign of eternity. And so... So therefore, the interesting thing is that he is saying, TT is saying, he's publishing the sonnets, he's saying that these sonnets, and it will come in the sonnets, is a monument to the eternity of the person to whom these sonnets are dedicated. So notice how it says, our ever-living poet. There's there an irony, a dramatic irony. It means that although this is a funeral monument, but our poet is still alive, he's not dead. I wanted to show you how everything is so clever and sweet. So, can we go for the, I don't know how to operate this, we need to go to the Mistress sonnets, 1 to 6. Until he comes, 1 to 6. I had doubts about giving this lecture, but I thought I will take a risk. But it's interesting that it unfortunately proved how we are still very backward in understanding Shakespeare, which means that Shakespeare is unfortunately ahead of us probably another 1,000 years. I don't know how we shall ever catch up with him, because he's much more advanced than we can ever hope to be. So, do you know how to operate that? Yeah. So it's 1 to 6. Okay. I think I will read until he comes. All right. 1 to 6. Please note the number. Again, probably the number of the sonnet includes... shall I show you how to get it? Oh, you got it? Wow. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. 1 to 6. Okay, here it is. You see? First of all, notice that 1 to 6 is 12 and 6. 6 is the number of perfection. There's no doubt that there is also numerology in these things. And 12 is probably the age of the boy he's referring to. So, and remember that Juliet is 13. So now, oh thou my lovely boy. I mean, there it is. It is a pity he left before he could read this. O thou my lovely boy, who in thy power dost hold time's fickle glass, his sickle hour. It's very, very complicated. See how the reference is the sickle, the concept of time, mowing down, causing death to everyone, with a sickle. Now, the sickle, I mean, think of it. What is a sickle? A sickle is a huge semi-curve, and to cut the things. And there's also a pun in sick. Sickle, sick. Because the story of the poems, which will eventually evolve, you will see, is that Shakespeare therefore was in love with the boy, who then also slept with the mistress. Now, in those days, they were convinced that STDs, sexual diseases, were passed by women because they were so misogynistic. They blamed women for everything, and of course the Bible and all that, you know, Eve. So it is continuing that sort of evil concept of a woman being the ultimate evil, and therefore all sexual diseases were given to men by women. It wasn't the other way around. So therefore, the idea was therefore that this mistress gives sexual ill disease, VD, to the little boy, and who then passes it on to Shakespeare, and the series ends with horrifying 2 poems, very beautiful, but if you understand them properly, they are absolutely shocking. Even today, Shakespeare, even in this 21st century, can shock us. They are just shocking, where Shakespeare is saying,